Wake up at 6:30 in the morning. On the 25th, I live in California, Southern California. And it's time for me to get up. I've got house calls because I'm a hairstylist under COVID-19. I'm a hairstylist under COVID-19. That is allowed by Gavin Newsom to do outdoor services. So I have to work. Even though hairstylists are considered on a scale from 1 to 10, they're considered as a number 7 out of 10. From 1 to 10, 10 being the worst, we're a 7 because we can't keep a 6 feet distance from people. So I guess that's what it is. Even with wearing a mask and a face shield, it doesn't matter. It's just I don't know why I'm out there and why so many of us are pushed out to work during a pandemic, and the support of our government just wants to throw us out to keep the economy going and putting citizens at risk. So I gotta get my day started because I've got some house calls to do. But my first thing to do is take care of that. Who needs to go for a walk? Hello. That's my baby. My name is Lisa. I live in Southern California, and it's been quite a ride, like everybody else, with this whole COVID thing going on. I'm a hairstylist, and being back and forth from being able to work and not being able to work has been really a Groundhog Day experience, and our governor has allowed us to work and back. And then there's lovely things living. I come out every morning, and Mama Bird does not like me looking at her babies. But I can't help myself because there are babies in there. I love to garden. I was told that bedrock that I live on, you could never be able to grow anything, and I proved them wrong. But in the meantime, I love nature, and I have this lovely little bird that lives in my geranium planter, and she's always talking to me and telling me to stay away. And then I realized she was a mama, and she has those little babies living in my geranium. So that's really cool. And now it's time to take my dog for a walk. That's my beast lady. I got her when, stop it, my kids were 7 and 9. And she's a beast, but she's a lovely beast. So, this is how I start my day. I usually go for a run or a long walk with my beast dog. And that's the only way to feel somewhat normal during these times, is to get out and, when you can, when there's no one around, go and take a walk. This isn't going to be very interesting. I'm not that much of an interesting person, I suppose. I try to do my best. I am raising a couple of teenagers. Well, I didn't raise teenagers when they came, but yeah, anyway. I have a couple of teenagers. I'm a single mom, taking care of myself. My ex helps, I suppose, when he can, but he's pretty much an absent dad. He has no relationship with one of my kids, and it's unfortunate, but we just move on. And so I'm a single mom who has my own business, and my business is just me. It's just I'm a hairstylist, and so I do what I can to take care of my family, and I do it on my own. It's a little bit of a struggle right now, but I realize everyone is in this COVID thing together, so you really can't complain. I mean, that I can put food on my kids' table and provide them with a shelter. I got the basics, and that's all I care about. So what? We can't have Starbucks or go to Target. Whatever. I'm enjoying more of this. Long walks with my beast. That beast. I call her a beast because when she came to us, she was like a cowardly lioness. And she's scared of everything, and she's scared of people, and so she has to puff out her chest so you are intimidated by her before you get her. So she doesn't have any interaction much with other dogs unless they're very beta dogs. I think she was attacked many times as a baby. She came to us with a scar on her. And yeah. I wonder how many of these films are going to be done with everyone wearing masks on their face, because this is the new normal. Anyway, but this is what I find normal. Look how pretty. Where I live has a marine layer. Let's just stop for a moment and listen. It's peaceful, it's quiet. Today is a protest in downtown LA for to support the Portland peaceful protesters that have federal agents, unmarked vehicles, no badges, taking citizens into cars and doing with them whatever, arresting them. What is this world? It's crazy. In the last few years, for someone like me that's been in the bubble of just raising kids and doing the best I can as a single mom and being completely oblivious to what's going on, really, I can't believe how stupid and naive I've been. And the privilege that I've had and the things that I was taught in school, it's all a lie. If you're going to take some of the good stories of these white men that were all adventurers and intelligent, and discredit anyone else for the contribution of our nation, of our world, is bullshit. And to see our black brothers and sisters and Latins, I mean, just anyone who is not white, to be treated with such disrespect, dishonor, injustice, inequality. I knew it was happening, but I didn't know the degree. I had no idea. So shame on me. Shame on me. But when you know better, you do better. So since 45 has been in office, I've done my part to help in supporting and contributing and campaigning for many human rights issues, whether it's the Women's March, Black Lives Matter, the poor, I'm sorry, I can't speak, the poor, what the fuck is it called? The Poor People's Campaign. Let's start that again. I'm going to wear this on my chin, not because this is how I wear it when I'm out in public, but because I'm by myself in the wilderness, and if I pass someone, I'll put it back up. I just don't understand why people can't just be courteous with one another. I thought the right thing to do with humanity is to look out for each other. Even in Christianity, which I'm not, believes in taking care of other people as you wish to be taken care to you, and do unto others as you wish to be done to you, that kind of stuff. And I don't see that happening. It's hard not to be caught up in politics nowadays. I was living in a lovely little bubble of ignorance for many years under a rock. I think that we do that. I think we're kept as so busy trying to stay afloat on our little hamster wheels that we don't stop to see what the heck is going on with other humans, animals, our earth. And then before you know it, it's not ours anymore. Anyway, I know this doesn't need to be a political thing, but that's who I am now. I from the moment of realizing, as my kids were getting older and I had time to read a book again, I started waking up and realizing what is going on, especially with 45 as president, realizing what is happening, and so much racism and sexism and divide, economic divide. It's just gotten mad. So since I've been coming out of a fog, raising kids as a single mom and trying to stay afloat, I have found that I can't do anything but participate now. Whether it's the Women's March, Black Lives Matter, or the Poor People's Campaign, and then this whole thing with Jeffrey Epstein and his lovely partner. It's bigger than this. All this sex slaves and labor slaves. It's just too much for my head. It's too much for my head what's going on. And it's always happened. It's just suddenly I've been waking up. So a day in the life of me is trying to provide for my kids best I can during COVID. And then getting out there and marching and getting people registered to vote, loving animals, being there for friends. This is the time for us to stand up and do better. This is the time for us as humans. We're the only species that how we fight amongst each other and destroy one another. It's unbelievable. I know I'm rambling. It's early in the morning. Anyway, this is where I live. And this is what gives us peace.
the meadow. I love living in the hills. I just find it tranquil and beautiful, and it gives me a little bit of peace every once in a while. And this is what I like to do during this time before I get my day started. It's just to get your feet on the earth, appreciate our little mother, our Mother Earth, with our human parasites that are destroying her. And look at how pretty this meadow is with the marine layer. Isn't it lovely? Hey, want to go for a run? All right, let's go. She likes to chase rabbits. I know, go on. I know, you can't see anything. It's crazy, isn't it? I love days like this. I'm a Midwest girl. I like weather. But there's nothing better than going on a trail with your dog. I'm out here in the field. I like to walk my beast dog in the morning before I get the day started. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful marine layer. I love the outdoors. I love hiking and running and gardening, and the earth is just, can't believe how we abuse Mother Earth so much. It's the only one we got that we can live on. Maybe one day us humans will realize we're the parasites of this lovely planet, and we're gonna lose ourselves. She'll continue. She'll be beat up and wasted, but she'll survive. We won't. So I'll enjoy the outdoors as best I can while I can still breathe air and drink water while it's there. What are you doing, beast? Look at her. I've become much more political. I never thought I'd be that person. I liked living in a little bubble. I didn't realize I was living in a bubble. I was naive and ignorant. Very white, I suppose. With the privilege of being taught the propaganda that the white man is superior and always the one who's the discoverer and adventurer and has the intelligence. And with all of the George Floyd, Black Lives Matter protests, peaceful protests, not just for George Floyd, obviously, but it just was enough. And I think that life has a way of keeping us so busy on our hamster wheels that we're like, we just got to take care of ourselves. And I think the beauty of this pandemic, if there's a beauty, is it put us all on pause to realize, whoa, what's really going on in the world? What's happening to my fellow humans and animals and this earth? And it's amazing to me that so many people are like, yeah, this isn't working anymore. So what's important to me is getting out there, registering people to vote, being part of the Women's March, Black Lives Matter, the Poor People's Campaign, donating, giving your time. It's not enough. It's not enough. And then there's always a new thing that happens, whether it's sex trafficking or labor, slave labor. Slavery hasn't ended, my friends. And I know I'm not the brightest bulb. I ain't stupid, but I've been ignorant. And it makes me sad. It makes me sad that I had the privilege to just turn my face from it all happening. While people are suffering, and I just went on with my day. La 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 la. When you know better, you do better. Anyway. So, right now, I'm starting my day just in a field, beautiful field with my pup. What are you eating? What are you eating? It's just grass. I just like to start a day out and about before I get the day started. And every day starts with, I hope I don't get COVID. What a world to bring kids in. But you gotta find the positive. So I'm just getting my face together before my first backyard hair service of the day. So this is how it is for a stylist now living in California with the stay-at-home order back in order. I had to close my studio again under the mandate, and our governor, Newsom, who I think is doing a fantastic job. He's looking for our safety, even if it means that we're going to be hit hard economically. Anyway, and it's all awful, but we have to be safe. Anyway, so thankfully, Gavin Newsom has let hairstylists and barbers do their services outside. So what he's basically saying to me is it's okay to do people's hair in the backyard. Keeping up with the PPEs of, wearing, masks and face shields and all the proper disinfections and sanitations, which my business does anyway. It's just now heightened and like it's on crack. But anyway, so that's what I'm doing right now. I am like probably everybody else where I go through days where most of it I'm in sweatpants all the time and don't wash my hair. I'm disgusting. So it's kind of nice when I do have my house calls because it gives me purpose to put something together, at least give an effort. So so that's what I'm doing. And then I gotta go because I gotta get ready for my client. While I'm getting ready, I realized that I never understood during these time of the pandemic and everyone staying at home, why is anyone interested to get a haircut or color? I mean, they're not going to see anyone. But then I realized we don't have any sense of normal anymore. Everything is like, oh, I'm a zombie, or I feel like a cross between Groundhog Day, a zombie meets Alice in Wonderland. And every day I wake up, and I'm a very disciplined, a purposeful person. My day is, and I have a lot of energy. So I to not have any plan of getting out of this pandemic and no end in sight. It's enough to make anyone upside down and wonder, what day is it? What year is it? How old am I? What's my name? So that's where we are. So I wonder, like, I'm grateful that my clients are, many of them are staying home and they're not doing anything. And I totally get that. And I applaud that, actually.
because that's really my headspace too. It's not all the time, but I'd like to believe I have that just deal with it and just accept it, and I guess I do fight it. But going back to hair, it's like, why are people getting their hair done when they're not going to see anyone? And I realize it's the only sense of normal, or one of the very few senses of normal that we have. Looking at ourselves in the mirror, if we look wrecked, like the world is right now, maybe that's not very comforting. So, I always feel it's my job to create happiness. And at least I try anyway, and dress up and play. And so maybe what I do isn't saving lives, but maybe it's at least keeping our lives feeling sane. I don't know. Okay, now I gotta get ready for my client here in the morning. She's let me know she's outside of my gate, so I have to get my PPE stuff. Come back here. And my crazy dog needs to stay in the house. Shh. Keith, I have a client right now. So go on. So if you'll have Lady for a bit. All right, love you. Okay. Then I have to get, where's my mask? I have to get my mask. See, it's no longer, hi, give a hug to a client and have a normal interaction. Now what it is like, I feel like a hair nurse. I feel like I need to get ready, like I'm gonna do surgery. Can make that bigger. Anyway, so my client's at the door, so I'm gonna get ready before I let her in my backyard. And this is how we get ready before I see my client. Back in a moment. I don't even know if I'm recording it. Now look at that. When I saw you with Amy, you had really let your hair get long. Because your hair goes so close. Yeah. This is a lovely length. I think you did this length before.
Yeah.
Is it easy for you?
Yeah.
Good. And with all the heat and everything too. How are you handling all this?
It's, it's okay.
Yeah, I know. That's all we're doing, right?
Uh-huh.
Don't you just feel like a zombie though?
I know.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, so shall we, this is my idea, and I know that we keep it really simple and soft on you, but I feel like hair should always enhance us. That's how I've always approached hair, so we actually, it's not like the hair walks in before us. But now I'm kind of feeling, if we're wearing these face cover-ups, we gotta let the hair show our personality, yeah? So maybe we should play it up a little bit. And I don't mean doing anything drastic, but maybe what we could do, and I know that you like light, and I like, having the regrowth, but maybe what we should do is maybe we could put something that it really brightens around your face. So that cups. And then we could add a little bit of a shadowing so that way it really enhances that. You know how I'll throw in the low lights in between just so that it gives it dimension? But if I don't do a dark color, but if I just do a deeper blonde with it, so that way it kind of just accentuates your face a little bit, but I'll still throw in some lighter and dark as we move back. Does that sound like
That
something?
sounds good.
Yeah, because we're just going to change it up a little bit, yeah? Okay. So, I have a whole lab in my garage. So I finished my second client of the day, one at home and one in
Bell Canyon. Amazes me how much wealth is out in California. And that people need gates, like huge estate gates, in order to enter parts of our land, which to me only causes more division of elitism. We have a real problem with, we got to keep those people out. Well, who are these people that we're trying to keep out? Trying to keep me out? Like, who are these hooligans? Who are you afraid of? Who are you afraid of? I just don't understand it. Look, my client is so lovely and sweet.
In 1,000 feet, turn right onto Fenwood Avenue.
I think that she is one of the exceptions to, people that are not mindful and thinking that they're entitled to everything. Does she go out and do anything to change
Take the next right onto Fenwood Avenue.
The unfortunate situations of others? I don't know. I know that if I had great wealth,
In 600 feet, turn left onto Etna Street.
I wouldn't be living in a bigger house. I would be supporting to help build other people so that they can have a better life too. Huh?
Take the next left onto Etna Street, then your destination will be on the
What does
right.
one need? Does a lot of money make you happy? Is that the goal? Or is it just gluttonous behavior? Is it just hoarding? It's just hoarding. Share it. Just share it. Don't be an asshole. All right, what's that?
Alright, so if we're distanced like that, can we have our mask off?
Let me see. Because what we're doing here is we're doing social distancing. Well, you did a fantastic job, young boys, young men. I think that's perfect. Because what we're doing here, I'm staying away from you. Huh?
You know what the other step ladder is?
See, why is this going dark? Oh, the other step ladder?
Yeah.
We're doing a movie night tonight outside. Okay, so I'm all done with my house calls for the day. My daughter, who's 14, decided that she wants to have blonde done under her hair, because this is what you do when you're in COVID land. You decide that you're just going to do crazy stuff with your hair, especially if you have a stylist as a mother. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the house together. I have to disinfect all the things that I have been disinfecting, but I still have a few things I need to disinfect. Do you need to see this? It's not very interesting, but I guess I'll just show you. Okay, so when I disinfect, I have to wash everything with soapy water first. Except for my scissors, which I put in barbicide, wipe them down. And then what I do is I put them in a sterilizing unit that's a disinfectant with UV. Oh God, this is so freaking boring. So that's going in there. And then I just wash everything down so that it's COVID free. Wash everything down, 20 seconds, soapy water. Oh. Like that. And then when I'm done with doing all the washing, then I put it in my disinfectant, and then I disinfect the sink. Everything is disinfected. Disinfected. That's it. I really don't have anything interesting to say on that. So my dog is going to bark because my son finally is having a friend over. They're going to be setting up a movie screen outside with a projector and keeping like 10 feet apart. They have their own glasses so they can share drinks, but in their own glasses, potato chip bowls so they can not changing things and sharing. cross-contaminating. The first time my son has seen someone since March. It's outside, wearing distance, to watch a movie. And my dog can't handle it because my dog's like, my dog's a beast. I've said that before. She's the beast. There she is, my beast. There you go. So, it being a Saturday in late July in California, Southern California, I'm actually in a long sleeve shirt, pants, and a coat. It's actually chilly. A little chilly. So, my daughter wants me to color the underneath of her hair after I'm done watering the yard and the kids are done eating. The boys are going to set up to watch a movie. And I'm going to color the inside of her hair, the underneath, which is really funny. It's like a very Debbie Harry sort of move, except for my daughter has very long hair. But what's so funny is there's 40 years between me and my daughter. And she's at an age where she just doesn't like me. And I can't even try. I mean, I try to make light of it. I don't let her cross certain lines if she's just plain rude. Because that's just annoying and uncool, you know. Rude. But I try to respect her space, especially what else can you do? Especially during this COVID time. You just got to be cool with each other, you know, and let them figure it out what they want, and be there for them when they need you, and maybe even when they don't want you there, right? But the 40 years between us, it's like everything she likes right now are things that I was doing when I was her age, because the things that are popular now are those 80s looks and, you know, the mismatched clothes and, you know, like granny cardigans and just the uglier the better. That's how I remember the 80s, and baggy and just like, what have you got going on? So she wants me to color the inside down underneath the slipper bone, the, you know, underneath, like Debbie Harry, that kind of look. So that's how I'm going to spend my evening while the boys are watching a movie. Unless they pick a movie that is something I would really like to watch. However, my son always tends to pleasantly surprise me by... Oh, sorry. My son always pleasantly surprises me by picking films that are very obscure and I've never even heard of. Not that that means anything. I don't hear about a lot of things. But pull those. But he always surprises me with some really good pick films. So I don't mind. I like just spending time with my kids if they ever open up their doors and let me in. I don't think I'm the only one. I hope not, because otherwise I feel like a real failure as a mother. I mean, I'm okay not being perfect, for sure, because I'm not. But I just want my kids to be happy, healthy, well-adjusted, kind, honest. And they only have me right now. Like I said, I'm a single mom living in California, Southern California, as a hairstylist, trying to make good choices for my family and my kids, and through all this crazy times that we're in. And I gotta make peace with it. I gotta make peace with it, because there's nothing I can do to change it other than just to be kind. On that note, I did an upside down flag at my home. I'm surprised I haven't been egged. It has nothing to do with this in the U.S. It's a sign for a country in distress. That's how I feel. I feel disconnected and in distress with mankind. Excuse me, mankind. See, there you go again. It's so sexist, the way that we are taught. Humankind. Humankind. It's the only thing we have together. One earth to share with our fellow humans and our lovely animals. And we screw it up all the time, I'm afraid. And I try to balance being very Norma Ray-ish and going out there and on the campaigns and getting people signed up to vote, and I'm going to march with this organization and this organization and blah 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I also just need peace, where you can put your head down at night and I just need to lay my head down. I just need to sometimes just calm down too and accept. Still fight. We have to accept too, So it's midnight, a little after midnight, and the day is over. I finished the day having time with my kids. My son has spread over. My daughter does not like having any invasive cameras in her face. I so appreciate having a 14-year-old girl who doesn't want to Instagram her business all over social media. So I can't include her on the last 4 hours that we lightened up her hair in the back so that she looked like Deborah Harry. But she has long hair, so there's a lot more to it than that. And I'm exhausted, and that's just a day. That's just one small day. It wasn't very interesting, I'm sure, but I find it interesting because it's my life, and it's just one day. Whoops. So that was my day. It's just past midnight now. And my daughter had me color her hair the last few hours. Oh, the kids are into all these fun colors that we used to do in the 80s. All the underneath blonde and peekaboo colors. And, but now my day is over. And that was just a day. It's just a day. It was just my day.